Hey guys, and welcome to this brand new video on my channel. So in this video, we're going to go over a bit of a PVM moneymaker. Now this is going to be Dagannoth Kings. Now currently Dagannoth Kings are very good money. The rings have really gone up in price since the release of the Dino Dag Kings, and which meant that the rings are a lot more desired. And with the upgrades to the rings as well, they are pretty much meta for their combat styles. So because how it works with the Dino Hearts, so the Dino Hearts get added onto 10 of the Dagannoth rings, which means that they get taken out of the game completely. And because of that, after a period of time, the Dagannoth King rings do rise generally through time to time, just when they're a very low volume, and that's when it's best to go out and start killing them. So to help me with kill speeds and just make sure I get through it even quicker than what I need to, I am going to use this item called the Mask of Dagannoth, which sometimes appears whenever Vic the Trader comes around. If you did have any extra bonus XP and you didn't have this mask, it's definitely one to pick up because it is quick slayer points as well. But I can force a Dagannoth task for 3 days with it to make sure that it gets assigned it. So that's 253 Dagannoths to go and test this sample size, and just to go and see if we can get some decent loot and see if we can make any money. So the one benefit of Dagannoths as well, and in terms of the pet chance, Dagannoths are all linked together. So your KC for Dagannoths will hit the thresholds when you're killing all 3 as well. So you're not on single thresholds for single kills. It's all included together, and the more kills you get between the 3, the more chance you have of getting the next pet and the next pet threshold. So here is my log. It is very bare because I've not really killed Dags on RS3 since the really old days where I used to camp them quite a lot. But in terms of the best items for you to get, the Sears ring and the Archer's ring are the 2 most expensive. I'll just go and do a quick check on the G to show you the price. The D hatchets are very low, along with the Mud Battle Staff and the Warrior ring. The Berserker ring's not too bad. It's about 7-8 mil, depending on the time of recording, and it's pretty decent as well. But like I said, the threshold for the Dagannoth Kings are included for all 3 bosses, so the higher KC you get, you have a better chance of all 3 pets, not just 1 pet. So I've been lucky and got the Supreme Hatchling. Now, they've changed the look of the Dagannoth pets to the new look now. Not a fan, but it is good as well to at least get some progress to the log. So I'm just going to go and show you my gear real quick of what I use for this. It's going to be a hybrid setup because you're going to be switching between all 3 styles, because all the kings have a different style each. But I'll just go back to the GE now, get geared up, and come back to you with a bit of an update of price of rings and the info I'm going to be taking. So currently, admittedly, it is dropping in price as it was 21 mil a couple of days ago, but the Archer's ring is 17 mil, and the Sears ring as well is a price of 14 mil. And I'll just do it just to make sure I was roughly in the ballpark. The Berserker ring is 6.8 mil as well. So the Archers and the Sears is where you're going to make a lot of profit. As well, a couple of items which are beneficial is obviously the mask, which we use to force a task. The Fremenic Sea Boots number 4 enable you to get noted Dagannoth bones. Now there is a slightly better method to that if you have the requirement from the Arc. With the completion of the Arc, or at least getting the 25 Taju and 25k chimes needed, you can get the upgraded Bone Crusher. Now what this will basically do is it will instantly pick bones up and teleport them to your info. They won't be crushed and they won't be used for prayer XP. They'll get automatically put into your info as well. So if you have this upgrade, the sea boots aren't worth it. It is better to get them looted to your info and then just use magic note paper. And then that means you'll never miss a bone drop and you're not running around chasing to go and pick up bones as well. In terms of the setup, now the mask also has another benefit of, if it's not fully charged, which I will check if this one is, it can double your loot which you receive from Dagannoth Kings. Now it's very random on when the loot is doubled, but if you get a chance of doubling a ring, it's just more profit as well. Now you can recharge them if you do have some spirit battle orbs. I have not completed this mask yet, and you can tell because I've not been able to change the look of it. So this is the info and the gear I take. So I take a weapon for each combat style. So at the minute I'm still using the Nox bow. I'm looking to upgrade. I've just not got towards selling the stuff and going after the upgrades I need. The scythe, because I do prefer it over the Zyros God Sword for training Slayer, especially because of the extra range. Staff Sliskate for my mage weapon. In terms of armor, I've gone for Sliskate and Silverhawks for hybrid, Cinders for poison, Reaper Necklace for just the extra DPS, and that's pretty much going to be it. I'm going to take a Bunyip pouch, which is a little bit basic, I do know, but I think the main issue we're going to have here is healing. I'm going to use penance to make sure that prayer is not an issue. I've just took some emergency brews and some poison potions as well, and some salves just in case there's any poison damage as well. You don't need to take them, you can just take an overload and some anti-poisons, and that shouldn't be much of an issue. So there is a teleport available to go directly to the Dag King's lair, but I will always use the portals in either War or from the Max Guild as well. Just go to your portal, whether it be in the War Retreat or in the Max Guild, and set it for the Dagannoth Kings, and you'll go straight to the Dagannoth King lair. Now this beats a lot of the problems of having to run in and just sorting all that out, so you can use an instance as well. And that's basically it. So you are at the Dag King. So I'm going to go for Soul Split. I'm going to set up Penance. So then prayer isn't an issue for the whole trip. I'm just going to go and put on my Overload, Weapon Poison, get the Bunyip out, and pretty much go from there as well. So basic Dagannoth Kings is just a rotation. You just work through all your different combat styles. Your first couple of kills will be the most sketchy because you've got all three on you. But once you've caught up and you're ahead of yourself and you're working through all your rotations, you'll quickly catch up and fly through the rest of them. So there we go, first kill. I just got an Archer's Ring. Who could believe that sort of luck? That is a new collection log slot as well, and also that is 17 mil in the bank. So as you just seen there, the helm has procced, so that's the Dagannoth helm proccing, and that's where the double loots have come from. That's why it's actually beneficial, because it's just doubled the loot. Now that could have just been on the Archer's Ring first kill, which would have been massive if we did get it, but it didn't. But that is why it's definitely worth taking if you do have it as well. If you don't have it, I definitely suggest you do get it next time the traders in, or sometimes you might get lucky and also get it on a treasure hunter key. So area loot as well is also very, very good. It will mean that whenever you're in a radius of your loot, it will always pick it up and give you the option to pick it up as well. So this is why the Dagannoth bones weren't picking up. So in your bone crusher, if you go into the settings, at the bottom is the bone collector, and you just need to tick for them to pick up as well. So you can see just the availability of it to be used properly. You could do Frost Dragon Bones, the high tier Dragon Bones, as well as Dragon King as well. So it's definitely worthwhile doing if you have done a lot of the Arc, or if you're looking to do a lot of the Arc. It's one of the best upgrades you can get. So halfway into the trip, and we've just picked up a Scissor Ring. So that is our second ring of the trip. Doing pretty good on Dagannoth Bones as well. What I didn't realise is on the drop table, they've added in some noted Dagannoth Bones for all the Kings. So you do get a lot more than what you've killed so far. I think I'm just under 100 kills total so far. And we're up to 140 bones, which are a decent price at the minute. They are just over 9k each, which is not too bad. So yeah, I'll get back to killing. I've got another 26 minutes on Aura, so let's see if we can look out with another drop. And I'll come back to you with anything else. So just hit 2k total dagger kills and pretty much finishing this hour off. So we've got over 150 kills in that hour, which wasn't too bad to be fair. In the meantime, we did pick up 2 Dragon Axes, which I didn't think was worth showing because they are only 150k. One more set of Dagannoth Kings to finish, and we'll see what we're like for a total loot. So that is the final prime. The rest of the bosses won't spawn now, so that is the final loot. We didn't get any procs on the mask on any of the big drops, but we got plenty of procs on the small drops as well. So I picked the helms up because they are worth a little bit. In terms of bones, we finished on 243 for the hour, which isn't too bad. We killed roughly about 160, I think, which for an hour of DKs is not too bad at all. I would say that at points I did struggle to heal, which is why I've used the brew and a half, but they do drop sharks, so that can help you as well. In terms of the loot, we're going to end up on a total of 34 mil. Now what I'll do, I'll go to GE and sell all the loot as well, because the rings are a little high at the minute, just to give you a proper reflection of what we would have got. Now, don't get me wrong, this could have been a lucky hour, but I do think Dagannoth Kings, once everything's averaged down, the wiki does say it's just under 20 mil an hour profit, which for a medium level boss and something you can do quite chilled out duoing with anyone, it's not too bad at all. And it's definitely something if you've got a Dagannoth Slayer task, or if you've got the Dagannoth Ring, or if you've got the Dagannoth Mask and you want to do the pet hunt as well, it's definitely worthwhile. In terms of pet hunts for these 3 pets, you are going to make a decent amount while the rings are this price. So if you've ever wanted to complete the log and get the title and get the pets, now is probably the best time to do it because the rings are so high, and it means just from that pet set you can definitely make a decent amount of bank as well. In terms of this count, I actually think Dagannoth Kings is going to be one of the next pet sets I'm going to finish, because like I said before, the most profit it's ever going to be is currently now, so I'm definitely going to do a couple more trips, get a couple more tasks. If I get any major progress, I'll make sure to update you guys in a video as well. 14.5 mil, which is over the GE price, which is pretty good. And then the Archer's Ring will sell for 16.7, so it's a little bit under 17 mil, but the Sears Ring definitely made up for it. So that is 34 mil I've made in that hour, which, like I say, is probably a lucky hour, but I think once you've averaged it out, I think the wiki says it's around 20 mil, just under 20 mil an hour, so it's definitely worth doing as well. But yeah, so that is pretty much Dagonoffs. So like I say, if you've got a Dagonoff task, or if you're looking for a Dagonoff task, please utilize the Mask of Dagonoff. It does give you a chance to double any loot you get in the cave, and if you get a double on a ring or axe or anything like that, it will really up your GP per hour as well. You can use the Dagonoff mask to force a task every 3 days, so you can make sure you definitely get dags for a task as well. And like I said earlier on in the video, all the kills for Dagonoffs count to the same pets threshold KC. All 3 pets share the same threshold, so if you're going to pet hunt, the more kills you get at Dagonoff, the closer you get to a pet and the next threshold. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like and comment. I'll be coming with some more videos very soon on some different money making methods as well. I'm really enjoying all these money making method guides. I'll try and do the PVM ones on the main account, and any skilling ones on the noob account I'll do on there as well, because that will make some more money there. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.